Hello everyone, my name is Li Su. The topic I'm presenting today is multi-state outbreak of Salmonella enteritis infection linked to bean sprouts. First, let me introduce the background of this case. 115 cases of Salmonella enteritis infection was mostly occurred during the end of October to first half of November of 2014 in 12 states in the northeastern parts of America. Collaborative investigation was conducted by local, states, and federal public health and regulatory agencies. The bean sprouts produced by Wonton Food Incorporated was determined to be the source of the outbreak. No recall of the products was enforced, but the company destroyed the remaining products and complete cleaning at the farms. CDC's National Antimicrobial Resistance Monitoring System confirmed that the bacteria involved in this outbreak were susceptible to all antibiotics tests. The bacterial samples collected from ill persons are sensitive to all antibiotics, which means the infection is treatable using antibiotics, and also explains the zero mortalities of this outbreak. The 115 cases were well spread out in 12 different states, and it produced difficulties for investigation and communication between states and local public health departments, and the retrospective survey may not be accurate as it may contain recall bias. DNA fingerprints of the bacteria can be reported and stored in the POSNAT database and help with the identification of possible outbreak in the future. Foodborne illness such as Salmonella enteritis infection outbreak can be caused again when the sanitization wasn't fully complete at all areas such as farms, warehouse, trucks, and shelves in the supermarket that have previously stored the contaminated bean sprouts. Fresh produce such as bean sprouts can be contaminated with foodborne disease such as Salmonella enteritis bacteria at the farm or during packaging and cooking. The source of the contamination may come from wild animal disinfected water, food handler, and cooking equipment. Bacteria can enter the plants through wounds and roots, and those foodborne bacteria are harmful to humans. Greater traceability is needed for food quality controls and contamination source determination and outbreak. The contamination may be transmitted via transportation vehicle, soil, water used at the farm, or staff member that have touched the produce. If the source of the bacterial infection and the method of transmission can be traced, the CDC will be able to eliminate the threat and conduct a more efficient outbreak control. I'm going to use the social ecological model of health behaviors to analyze alternative. First, on the institutional level, restaurant and supermarket are two common places that consumer can have in contact with fresh produce, and therefore they may become potential threat in microbial hazards and transmit foodborne diseases. And on the public policy level, government regulations or guidance are very important in preventing food safety hazards in different locations or processing methods, such as agriculture, water, pre-wash of fresh produce, and the cleanliness of kitchen facilities. CDC and FDA are two agencies that are responsible for regulations and provide guidance. We need to develop a more advanced tracking system and sampling system in order to keep track of the source of contamination in an outbreak. And we need to take a sample of the water, fertilizer, and products every day. And even if there's an outbreak, we will be able to trace back to the specific source of contamination, and CDC can act fast in response. Having a certified kitchen or supermarket manager on site to oversee and instruct on how to properly receive, store, and handle all fresh produce will reduce the risk of contamination. Managers are responsible for their food safety, and they may need to strictly follow the good agriculture practice, good manufacturing practice, and the guide to minimize microbial food safety hazard for fresh foods and vegetables established by FDA. I hope to provide training to managers at restaurants, supermarket, and farm within 2.5 months while using guidance by FDA, and I wish to create a sampling system following with a tracking system to allow CDC trace back to the source of contamination more easily. And the sampling system can also help expand the POSNAT database in 8 months. Lastly, information sharing between CDC and FDA for a quicker response for foodborne disease outbreak in the future. Even though foodborne disease such as Salmonella enteritis infection is treatable, but it's still a public health threat, and CDC need to improve their strategy in response to such case by expanding the sampling and tracking system for industry. and collaborate with FDA to provide guidance to restaurants and supermarkets on how to avoid transmission of foodborne disease in order to prevent or reduce severities of Salmonella enteritis infection. That's all for my presentation today. Thank you.